Chapter 6 A Place That No One Knows. I spent most of my life following the leader, always walking in line. But today was another first. Today I observed how far my legs could run. "You came back," said Jane. Tears erupted down her face when I opened the door labeled 28. She jumped off her silk pile to hug me, but I was on my hands and knees panting. "What's wrong?" she asked. "Something strange is happening. It's all crazy, because I met a badge man yesterday, and he knew who you were." "Well, I'm not surprised. I always thought I'd be famous," said Jane. "But he's never even seen you. Isn't that a little strange?" "Well, I have to show you something," said Jane. "My mom told me not to show anyone else unless they took my heart, and that's what you did. I couldn't even sleep last night," said Jane. She pulled me through the rows of vegetables toward the very back of a room where the bamboo grew. "Okay, but about this badge man," I paused. I tried to catch my breath, but my lungs wouldn't stop burning. "Who?" asked Jane. "His name is Levi, and he saw a message about me. And about you too. Or maybe it was for us." Well, I couldn't really remember what he said. I suppose I should have asked the badge man better questions. "Was it like a secret message?" asked Jane. "Maybe." "Well, what did he say?" asked Jane. "Something about how I'd come back to see you today." "And I'm sure glad you did," said Jane. "Goodness, it's all a bit—" "Who cares?" Jane yanked my hand. "You've got to see this." "See what?" "It's the place I find my gems," said Jane. Her hand separated the leaves where a dirt hole was hiding in the ground beside the wall. It wasn't big, but big enough for one human body to crawl through. "What's that? And did you hear what I said? Isn't it a little creepy that a random programmer knows who you are?" "Oh, wow. That's a tunnel." "Is this the edge of the vessel? Wait, where does it go? We're digging, for goodness sakes. You'll get severed in half if you go out there. Aren't you afraid?" "Drill? What do you mean, drill?" "It's a hole I dug years ago. My mom dug one first. She said if I take care of plants, then my room would be grounded near an edge, and that's how I get out," said Jane. "Out where?" "Out to the world," she said. "But you'll die on the surface, and you'll die in here." "Wait, you've never been outside?" said Jane. "No one has. It's radioactive because the land was ruined when the bombs—" "It's quite nice, actually. It's natural, not like this place," said Jane. Maybe it was a trick. Maybe the camera knew I'd come here. I bet Jane was working with the men in suits. Maybe Levi was in on it too. And that's why he made up the story, because the white men were playing a trick on me. "Are you coming or not?" asked Jane. "If you've been outside, then why come back in?" She was lying. I was sure of it. It was a tunnel, all right, but it was a tunnel to prison. "Because these plants would die without me. They're my children, and I'm just here to help them grow," said Jane. She got down on all fours and started crawling through the vines into the tunnel. "You coming?" she asked. My foot twitched, but I couldn't move. They'd know. The camera was watching if I left, and wherever the dirt hole went, they'd know if I went in. I sprinted out of Jane's room without saying goodbye, back up to the 56th level and into my room until my legs gave out. Crawling under the covers, my mind shut off while both legs twitched from time to time. I'd never been so afraid of getting caught in my entire life.